Okay, so earlier we finished writing this very simple hack. Um, so I thought, why not finish it up and make a memory class so that it's a bit easier to read and write to memory. So we're going to start off by making the um, header and C++ file for the memory class, and we're just going to call it wizard. Um, so let's get some declaring done. Okay, so we want to have the handle always. We always want to have the handle in the class because it just makes things a lot easier. Okay, there's that. And we got to add a few includes so that we don't run into these errors here. Okay. What next? So we're gonna have bool grab handle, and it's gonna grab the handle for us, and as well as wizard string game. Okay. So we have those. We want to start writing the reading and writing portions of it, and that's going to be the main part of this class because it's a memory class. That's what we use it for. What? Whatever. Okay. So we're going to use templates for this, so you know it'll be able to be used on a lot more areas that we want it to. So template class T, and we're going to start off with write, which is going to take the address and the value that we want to write to the address, and simply just write process memory, the handle, the address that we're writing, the value that we're writing to it, the number of bytes that we're going to be writing to this spot, which would just be T, and this last parameter you can just leave as null. And that's it for that. Very simple. And then we're gonna next work on read. And we're gonna have it passed by we're gonna have this one passed as a reference, so you can put in a variable and it'll gain the value of whatever is inside of addy. Yeah, so the handle, the address, the buffer, which is going to be the variable, and the number of bytes being read, and that last one can be null. And simple as that. Okay. So the next part is we're just going to do for reading and writing pointers, so that's a lot easier for us. Template class T void write pointer. We're going to have the number of offsets as the first parameter, the actual offsets as the second parameter, the base address as the third parameter, and and the value as the fourth parameter. Okay, so you first have to read into the base, because if, let's use a salt cube as an example. Let's say, yeah, the static base address is 50F4F4. The value of that is going to be probably some dynamic junk that we don't really care about. Well, we do care about it. We have to read into that, and then if you add your offset to it, which, let's say we want health, we're going to get the address of health. But we first have to read into it, and then we can add the offset and then read into that to get health. Easy peasy. So we're going to read the base into temp. For the looping, we want to subtract 1 from this, because we will be adding the last offset. Well, actually, we won't be adding the last offset. We're going to be adding it at the end. We will be adding it. We're going to be adding it at the end when we write to the address. So we're just not going to include the last offset for that, which is why I left I out here. Okay. And then for the last part, we just write to the value there. We write to the address there. Pretty simple. And the last one that we're going to be doing is read pointer. You can actually pretty much just, yeah, you can copy all of this over to that. Change this to a reference and a variable. Just the name. Put that there. Okay, so this next part, pretty much the same process. You can honestly just copy and paste that. It's easy peasy. You read into the base, you continue reading through the offsets, and the variable, the end variable, will just be the temporary address that we've continuously added the offsets to, plus the last offset into the variable. And we're done. That's it. Except we still need to do these two. So let's get those done with. Okay. So we have to add our C++ file. And here we go. Pretty soon we'll be able to just get rid of this. Probably fix up all this. Okay, so include wizard.h, the constructor for the class.